Hi. I'm going to tell you about how Jesus prophesied Islam. I'm reading from here because this is not my native language. Jesus prophesied Islam, but he also mentioned about other previous religions, even one to come after Jesus, Christianity, as people of the book religion, as Quran calls them. And here I go. In Matthew, Evangelium of Matthew 20 and verse 1, it says that for the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner, God, who went, so one could say that sent prophets out early in the morning, and of course this is in Jewish calendar, this early in the morning was well, it was the beginning of the day, and first hour from 12 hours of the day. And so this is how I see it quite well here, is that it means early Jews, Abraham, Jacob, and around 1600, 1400 BC, to hire men, believers, men, to work for his glory in his vineyard, meaning earth. He agreed to pay them a denarius, so it's as a reward for the day's work, and this denarius paradise, and sent them into his vineyard. About the third hour, meaning here around 1200 to 1100 BC, so Zarathustrians, even in the Bible there is two different sapiens, other in the east and other in the south, and in Quran is also mentioned this sapiens as a people of the book. And so he went out and saw others standing in the marketplace doing nothing, and Judaism had not spread much outside Jewish state, and he told them, you also, of course besides Jews, go and work in my vineyard, and I will pay you whatever is right. And so they went. He went again about the 6th hour, 600 BC is here according to my calculations, and this was when there was first Jewish prophecies about coming of Messiah. And the 9th hour is here mentioned also, so according to this calculations, where 1 hour is 200 years, it's about when Jesus was born, and did the same thing, so created Christians and Christianity. About, here is 6th verse, about, and notice about, these are not accurate times. The 11th hour, he went out and again sent prophets, and found still others, and here it means Arabs. This is about from 400 to 600 AD. Standing around, he asked them, why have you been standing here all day long, nothing to do, doing nothing? And Arabs had not religions through prophets before that time, and it says that then that because no one has hired us, and Arabs were so despised that not even Byzantium or Persian Empire didn't want to conquer and convert them. They answered, and God said them, "You also go and work in my vineyard." When evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, "Call the workers and pay them their wages, beginning with last ones hired, so Muslims, and going on to the first, Jews." The workers, Muslims, who were hired about the 11th hour, came and each received a denarius. So when those came who were hired first, so Jews, they expected to receive more. But each one of them also received a denarius. When they received it, they began to grumble against the landowner, meaning God. "These men who were hired last," meaning Muslims, "worked only 1 hour," they said, "and you have made them equal to us who have borne the burden of the work and the heat of the day." And here it means persecutions, slaveries, occupations, all that Jewish people have had to go through. But he answered one of them, "Friend, I am not being unfair to you. Didn't you agree to work for a denarius? Take your pay and go. I want to give the man who was hired last the same as I gave you. Don't I have the right to do what I want with my own money? Or are you envious because I am generous?" And here you could say that it sounds a little bit like that they would like to be one chosen people who only have the right faith. It's almost said like that. And so the last, Muslims, will be first, and the Jews, first Jews will be last. And then here is another parallel, and here 1 year is approximately 600 years, as it was 200 years in that 1 hour was 200 years in that previous parallel. Luke 13 verse 6. Then he told this parallel, "A master God," meaning God, "had a fig tree," which is symbol of Israel in the Bible, "planted in his vineyard," which is again in this also earth. And he went to look for fruits, so results from it, but did not find any. So he said to the man, meaning Jesus, who took care of the vineyard, Judaism and, well, it was only true religion at the time of Jesus. For 3 years, 3 times 600 is 1,800 years, which is exactly how much time scholars have calculated that Abraham was born before Jesus. For 3 years now I have been coming to look for fruits on this fig tree and haven't found any. Cut it down. Why should it use up the soil? Why not to do better religion, so to say, in other words? "Sir," the man replied, Jesus replied, "leave it alone for 600 years. 1 more year and I will dig around it and fertilize it." And so meaning making world ready for Islam, also in Middle East and around Israel, as in back then Christian Arabia, Egypt, Syria. If it bears fruit next year, in next 600 years, fine. If not, then cut it down. And Judaism, and so also its sect or branch, Christianity, from way of Islam, after that 600 years had passed after Jesus and Islam was born. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let's see if I put something else also here. I have lots of this thing, like you can go and read it in angelfire.com/planet/Koran with K and O R A N. Thanks. Bye.